Hi, my name is Juan Morande, and this is our first session with my student Angelique. Angelique is a high school senior who is experiencing some emotional abuse from her boyfriend, which is causing her grades to suffer. This is session 1 of 3, and I'm going to be facing her challenges using reality theory. So let's begin. Alright, hello Angelique, thank you for coming in and seeing me. Before we start, I do want to let you know that as your counselor, I really care about you. So if at any time I feel that the information that you're sharing with me is putting you in immediate danger, or if I feel that your safety is, going to cause you harm to yourself or to other people, I do have to share this information with other people because I am worried about you.
Okay.
Other than that, whatever you share with me stays with me in this office. It stays with me, and as you know, I want to be able to build that trust with you, and it already shows to me that you trust me a little bit by coming in and talking to me about this really hard topic you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
So Angelique, what's going on? Let me know. How are you doing?
I have so much going on.
Okay.
This is like the hardest year ever. It's just, I've been going out with Josh,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, you don't know Josh, he's on the football team,
Right.
but like, I've been going out with him, and like, honestly, like, I'm so happy to be going out with him because he's super popular,
Right.
but he really puts me down, and makes me feel really bad about myself, but I feel like I would not normally get a guy like this,
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of I don't know like what to do about it. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to feel about it.
So in a way, I totally understand where you're coming from because you feel the pressure of trying to make him happy, that maybe sometimes you kind of tend to kind of take what he tells you to kind of put you down a little bit. And so you feel the pressure because, you're proud to actually maybe perhaps have a boyfriend like him who's on the football
Right.
team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, going back to it, I can let you know right now that really kind of worries me. Just because I've been looking at your transcripts and I've definitely seen a decrease in your grades as well, which is the reason why I called you out.
Okay.
I've noticed that since your junior year, you're an A and B student,
Mm-hmm.
and as of this year, obviously we just finished the first semester of school, you're giving me C's and D's. So it was kind of hard for me to determine whether it was senioritis, which is
Yeah.
something very common that happens with our seniors, or if there was something outside that was kind of an obstacle that was kind of not allowing you to kind of concentrate 100% on your studies. And I mean, I understand
Yeah.
having a boyfriend is kind of tough. Is there anything you want to share with me about that and your grades?
I don't know. I mean, you're right. I haven't been focusing as much as I could.
Right.
I mean, I feel like I wish, now that I'm a senior, like I wish I would have focused more, but there's parties and there's football games and like I just want to feel accepted. Like I spent so much of, like my childhood feeling like the ugly girl,
Right.
and I don't know if you can even relate because you're a guy, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, my grades kind of suck right now, and I kind of have blown it because Josh is going to go off on football scholarship, and like I don't even know if I can barely get into a state school.
Right. Well, actually, I can relate because I don't know if you already knew this or not. I used to be a student at this school, just like yourself.
No, I didn't know that.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, I graduated here 10 years ago, so I know I have a pretty good sense of what you're going through because I had a lot of friends who were going through the same experience that you were, where they were dating, someone who was somewhat popular, and the grades started to suffer, and it was one of those things that they kind of had to adjust to the situation because they had to kind of see what was going to motivate them to get by, and going back to it, in reality, you have to kind of think about yourself. In this situation, you have to be a little bit more selfish because we don't know. I'm happy that you're in a relationship with Josh, first of all, right? I'm happy that you found someone that you're somewhat compatible with.
And he's a good guy.
And he's a good guy.
Just not when he's putting me down.
Right. Okay, so what kind of things does he do to put you down? There's a lot of things that, you know.
I mean, he says like I should be happy to be with him. I mean, like honestly, like I don't have my family doesn't have as much money as, you know, his family does, and I can tell, like, I don't know, I feel like he's maybe a little bit embarrassed of me, like, he'll tell me don't wear that, or I don't know, like, he'll say, like, that doesn't look good on you, or, you know, just stuff like that.
Right. Have you asked them, or have you addressed that it hurts your feelings when he says things like that, or?
I have, but, you know, like, you know, I don't know. Guys are dumb. You know how it is, just like, he just says, no, I don't mean like that, babe, or like, you know, like, you're just taking it, you're too sensitive, you're just taking it the wrong way, or I'm doing it for your own good kind of thing, you know, I'm just trying to make you better.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, how many times a day would you say that he kind of says those type of things to you, if you were to put a number?
I don't know how many times a day, but I find myself feeling sad like 2-3 times a day.
Wow.
And every time I feel sad, it's like something that he said to me or didn't say to me. Like, and he does that too. Like, he's like really passive aggressive, and like when he knows like I need, you know, him to call me or I want that from him, he'll like just deny me, and he just won't call or just won't text back or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel sad. I've been feeling more sad lately,
Okay.
like 2-3 times a day.
Is there anyone else besides myself that you've been able to express this to? I mean, do you have a go-to person besides myself that you can kind of share these feelings with?
I mean, you know, I have some friends, but they just, I don't know, they make me feel like I should just be grateful because Josh is so awesome.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I could talk to my mom about it, but I mean, I haven't yet.
Right.
Do you think I should?
I mean, I would encourage you to. I mean, it seems right now like he is definitely putting you down, and I'm sure your mom is concerned because I'm sure she's seen a drop in your grades.
Yeah, she has.
At the same time, I know that you might feel a little bit uncomfortable because now that you have a boyfriend, you know, you don't want her to kind of flip out and be like, oh no, then you should just totally leave him, because she also needs to take your feelings into consideration, right?
Yeah, she so would do that too.
Right. So it's one of those things where, Angelique, that you have to find that happy balance between your happiness and your grades, because like I was mentioning to you earlier, it's not for sure that you're gonna, you know, be with Josh for the rest of your life. And when you think about it that way, the only reason why I say that is you gotta focus on your sanity first, and you being happy first before you can move on and show some of your happiness with somebody else.
Yeah.
What do you think about what I just said?
I mean, I agree. It's just hard. Like, I mean, it's hard because I've never really had like high self-esteem.
Right.
I'm not used to putting myself first, so I kind of don't really know how to do it.
Let me ask you about this now. With your self-esteem, what in the past has caused you to have low self-esteem? What are you kind of conscious about? Like, what are you worried about yourself? Because you are very smart, you know, beautiful young lady. So, I mean,
I don't feel smart and I don't feel beautiful at all. And everything I've had, I've always had to work extra hard for.
Right. And that's not bad. I mean, like I said, school to a lot of individuals comes a little bit easier than other people. And some people just need to put the effort in, extra effort. But I'm really glad that you are putting that effort in, because a lot of things that I see with seniors nowadays, that they always think about themselves in the negative part. But when's the last time that you paid yourself a compliment in the mirror and said, you know what, I've gone 4 years without, you know, failing a class. Yes, you might have a D right now, but it's not completely failing. When was the last time you kind of gave yourself a compliment?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Right.
Like, it's been a long time.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I always encourage my students to do is compliment yourselves. We're not perfect, and I'm not perfect. And so by complimenting yourself, you make yourself feel a little bit better. So at the same time, let me ask you another question. Are you truly happy being with Josh the way that he treats you?
I mean, ideally, would I like him to treat me better? Yes. I don't know if I'm ready or strong enough or honestly want to break up with him. I feel like it might almost be better just to put up with it, just so I have somebody.
Right.
I mean, like you know the girls that you've seen, like, you know, some of my friends, they all like have somebody, and I just don't. I don't know. I feel like it almost might be better just to have somebody. I would love for him to treat me better though.
Right.
Just don't know what to do.
Have you sat down? Like I said, I mean, we talked about earlier, but has he taken into consideration what you've had to say about how you feel in regards to him? Like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll stop it a little bit, or does he kind of tend to continue to?
Well, he'll kind of like back off a little bit, you know. Then like he'll like just put like a little jab in, you know, like, and then I'll think, oh, things are getting better, and then they don't, or like, yeah, they'll get better for a little bit, and then it's back to normal. It's just, and
No.
honestly, I just think he's just gonna go off college and like forget all about me. Like I mean, he's keeping up his grades,
Right.
and here I am like having to I'm going to all his games, and you know, I'm there for him all the time, and then my grades are suffering.
Yeah. So one of the things that you need to kind of worry about, Angelique, like I told you before, if you're not happy, you need to do something about it. So that's, at the same time, you have to figure out what is best for you. Right now you're in a status where you're still really young, you still have your whole future ahead of you. So if you're already dealing with these type of emotions coming from, you know, your partner, in the long run, do you think he's going to change? Do you see him changing? And I don't want you to assume that I'm telling you like, oh, he's telling me to dump him. I'm just trying to get you to kind of visualize.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if he would change. I don't know. I mean, he might, but I don't know. I feel like I've spent so much of my time like waiting for other people to change to determine how I'm going to feel about myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm like so tired of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would also, like I said, one of the things that I would encourage you to do, like I did earlier, is continue talking to someone else. You know, I mean, I don't want anything to go past from the verbal, some of the emotional abuse that he's kind of causing you. Have you ever kind of been in a place where he's made you definitely cry, or is it more of a kind of gloomy feeling that you get?
No, I cried. Like, we were at the beach, we were at bonfire, you know, after the game, right. And then like he just would not take me home. Right. Like, he's like, no, I'm staying if you want to find your own ride. Like, dude, you took me to the beach. Like, he would not even. I had to ask a friend to take me home. Right. Like, he just left me stranded.
Yeah, that is. Now, it seems like there's kind of a pattern here. Does he tend to do that more in front when there's a group of people?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah. Because when you guys are on your own, it's more of a...
Yeah, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to be embarrassed in front of their friends. Right. You know what I mean?
And that's where you kind of feel a little bit more sad because he's putting you on the spot while everyone thinks you laugh, so it doesn't help. Okay.
And he knows my self-esteem issues.
Right. And
I feel like, why would he do that if he knew that I struggle with it? You know, I've struggled with sadness for a long time.
Right.
And I don't know. Just now I'm starting to get like a little bit of anxiety about our relationship.
How do you think Josh would take it if I would call him on and kind of talk to him about it? Do you think he'd be open to...
Oh, no. No way.
No.
No. Because then I'm going to hear it later. No.
Right. So you would feel that pressure of,
no.
Oh, she's telling on me, and you think that would kind of jeopardize it.
You can't. No way you can't. Oh, gosh, I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Promise me you won't talk to him.
Well, it's one of those things that if I kind of continue hearing, you know, I mean, right now we're at a place where it doesn't seem like you're too worried about some of, like, you being in severe danger. But if I were to hear that, you know, something else is going on past what you're already telling me, then I would definitely have to call him in. So at the same time, you need to kind of promise me that you're going to try to continue talking to